Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is going on? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Rumboyz Robbie, CEO of the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. If you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow. Hit that like button. Dive off in the live chat with all of your favorite sports and fantasy football takes. Turn this plaque into a silver play button. Not only would I get a silver play button, but Mike, Gator, Taco, all the contributors for the Rumboyz Fantasy Network would also receive a silver play button. So get us to that coveted 100K subscribers. We appreciate you. We thank you very much. Share the content. You already know what it be with the homie ROBBIE, the KING over here. Big step and big pimping. Rocking the GLD. Shop GLD. Get your GLD just like me. I'm rocking that Dodgers chain tonight. I told you I was coming through with the LA drip. I was going to rock the Dodgers jersey, but I felt a little slimy tonight. You dig what I'm saying? Ayo, GLD. Take it to the yacht. Show them some of the products that we got. Let's get it. Arrrr.
Hop out in Miami when no land, I got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me up, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, girl, when you're not.
That's right, Shop GLD. Link is down below in the description. Like I said, I got the Dodgers chain tonight. Sunday fun day, I will be rocking my Commanders gear. We're wearing them battle blacks this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, let's get into the cast and the crew. We have an action-packed show for you all tonight. A couple things have happened throughout the NFL that we got to make sure we get you taken care of. But first, time to bring in our fantasy football and NFL subject matter experts. Ladies and gentlemen, West Side, the best side. Drop the mic, What's good?
What it do, go blue, go Dodgers, let's go.
Bro, I need you to be more enthusiastic if we're going to say go blue, damn it.
Go blue, go Dodgers, let's go!
I love it. Bring that energy. It's Friday night. This is how we do it. It's Friday night.
All right.
The party's here on the rum side.
No, you got to do it the right way, buddy.
It is on the west side tonight for damn sure. Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, the mouth of the South. Give it up for Gator J.
Let's do this. Wide receiver 1 on the week already. Justin Jefferson, only 115 yards, no touchdowns, and he's wide receiver 1. And the Yankees in 6.
Oh my gosh. Enough with the Yankees talk. Least, what up, Homo sapiens? What's up? What up, Albert? Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the rum boys and girls. What it do? Dilly. It's been a week. I deserve this shot.
What is that? 4, 5, 7, 12?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Cuatro. Number cuatro.
Cinco.
Número
Ses.
Otro.
Whoa, you skipped siete. The hell? This is why there is only one Spanish speaking person on the set tonight.
I don't know if you would consider that other one either.
What?
I don't know if you would consider the other one Spanish speaking either.
He habla español muy poquito, you know what I'm saying? You know,
He speaks Long Island Spanish.
If you guys know, speaking of New York, speaking of not Long Island, if you guys notice, Taco is not here. He is at the Knicks game because dads don't get a whole lot of time off to enjoy dad things. So we let that man, we let the father go get some self time. You know, get some time with the kids.
Go put money on whoever they're playing.
Huh?
So go put money on whoever they're playing.
Exactly. Yeah. Go put money on whoever the Knicks are playing. Boom. Let's see here. What is good? Hey, yo, the homie Jay Bats was happening. Rum fam. Yo, what is good? He's definitely rum fam. Blessed in. Taco with the facones. Oh my gosh. What up though? Yo, we outside tonight. Holy bad call, Batman. Or should we say the no call heard around the world? Last night, refs missed a blatant face mask call that resulted in a safety in an 8-point game in which Sam Darnold and the Vikings ended up with the loss. Thoughts on the missed call? And of course, as long as we're going to talk Vikings, we got to switch over to the other side and talk Rams from last night. How good was Puka Nacua? And do the Rams still trade Cooper Kupp after that win last night? Mike, take us away.
Was it a bad call? Absolutely.
Fuck the Clippers.
I will say, for people, even there was people at my work that were screaming this all day today, Jimmy.
Whoa! Jared versus fingers were in Donald's mouth. No Diddy.
They don't. The people that think that this should be reviewable, I disagree, because if you're going to try to review any kind of, like, if you can challenge any penalty or anything like that, you're going to get people, I'm going to challenge that holding on the outside on a long run, this or that. It's going to open up Pandora's box, make it I think it would be way too difficult to handle. So no, I don't think they should do that. When it comes to the call itself, yes, it was a bad call. The Vikings had plenty of chances during the game. They also would have still had to drive 80 yards and get a 2-point conversion with no timeout. Was it possible? Yes. But I still don't think – yeah, we can complain about the bad call, but I don't think we can say that it completely – they got robbed of the entire game.
I can. I can go on record and say that they got robbed. We have seen miracles happen within a matter of 50
I'm saying it could have. I'm saying chances. Yes, miracles could have happened. You could have had Stephon Diggs 2.0.
I understand that standpoint, brother. I wholeheartedly. The ref was right there. Like, we were.
No, and I agree. I 100% agree. My biggest problem with the situation isn't the fact that people. That's not even the game that people need to be talking about.
Yeah.
20 minutes down the road, and that's not on the map of everything going on. Modern Day is playing St. John Bosco. That's the game that matters. I don't care about this Garfield game. The only reason Garfield game matters is they're playing at SoFi. The Forum next door has a concert. Intuit has living members of the Pearl Jam. They are not Pearl Jam. Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
So you got 3 concerts in the same park, or 2 concerts in a football game in the same parking lot. Down the street, you got everything else. None of the maps are including what's going on in Orange County, and that's the game that I care about. That's Modern Day and St. John Bosco. But when it gets back to the call, yes, I do think it was a bad call. Don't get me wrong. I'm more speaking on the fact of people that think this should be reviewable. I don't like. When it comes to the Rams, having both of them is what I think opens it up for both. I think they need each other more than they realize, Kupp and Puka. And because of that, being, 3-4 now? 3-5 or whatever they are now?
3-4.
3-4? Yeah, because they had the bye. Being 3-4 is a lot different than being 2-5. Seahawks aren't great. Arizona's not great. Niners are struggling. After last night's win, because I didn't think they were going to win, and that's part of the reason I thought it would happen. After last night's win, I do not think they trade Cooper Kupp. I think they keep him and try to make a playoff run. Gator, take it away.
Yeah. So let me touch on the first point about the penalty. How the only 3 people in the world that didn't see that were standing about 10 feet away from Sam Darnold. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Absolute disappointment. It's a disgrace. And Mike, I fully disagree that yes, this should be reviewable. This should be reviewable by the booth and the booth only.
Where do we draw the line?
A blatant miscall. This is something that the NFL has preached and preached. We are transparency. We're going to be doing this. We want to get every call right. Well, then get the freaking call right. It is 2024. We have the technology. All the booth has to do is hit the button, ring down, it stops the play. Period. The fucking end. That's blatant. There is no excuse to miss that call on the field, and there's damn sure no excuse to miss the call from the booth, especially when it's that blatant, especially when it cost the game. Because remember this, that was a 3rd down play.
Yep.
If they call it, it is 1st and 10
at the 20.
At the
right?
20.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, we just saw this earlier this year. 97 yards. Stop it, Mike. That play should 100% be reviewable, not by the coaches, but by the booth. That is
if that's where we're going, I'm fine with it. What I'm saying is where people that think that penalties should be challengeable in general is if it's blatant like that, I agree with you, Gator.
I feel like
you can't
I
challenge holding. You can't challenge that kind of thing.
That's what people at my work were trying to say.
I feel like with the competition committee.
Here's the other point, Robbie. Hang on before you go anywhere. Here's the other point. Not only has the NFL sat here and said, we're going to be transparent. We want to get all the calls right. They have overly protected the quarterback. This is in the end zone, a shot to the face, a face mask, a shot to the head, and we're not protecting the quarterback. How can anything you say in the past 17 months mean a goddamn thing when it's right in front of 3 of your officials wearing black and white? It's clear. That is ridiculous. That is absurd that's not first of all, it wasn't flagged. Second of all, that it's not reviewable by the booth and the booth only. I'm not saying coaches or anybody else should be able to review it because here's what's going to happen. It won't come out today. It won't come out tomorrow. It probably won't come out on Sunday or Monday. But on Tuesday, the NFL is going to come out and say, we missed the call. Well, no fucking
They already came out. They already came out and they stated that they missed it. And then since that, the competition committee has said that after this season, they will look into making face masks a reviewable play.
See, I don't mind that.
I just come down to this in order for that to happen. Come on, we should be ahead of the game. It's 2024. Stop it. Anyway,
and that part, I agree. That part, I agree. I think that the whole statement that got put out that we all received this morning was complete, total, and utter bullshit, if you ask me. To sit there and say that nobody had a clear view is preposterous.
I agree.
I had a clear view, and I'm sitting at fucking home calling the game.
Well, it's amazing that there's 3 officials standing right there. None of them had a clear view, but there was like 19 cameras that all had a view.
We have sensors in pads. We have sensors on cleats, the track top speed. We have sensors in the ball, for placement. Well, we've experimented with that. Did not have a sensor to show like, hey, this was clearly what happened and it went off. And then for New York to not take the opportunity to step in and be like, all right, this is a little bit egregious. To me, it's just preposterous. Look, no one is that damn blind. I don't like utilizing the fixes in type of argument, but I'm sorry, with calls like that, it makes me kind of question the integrity of the referees of whether or not you may have had a parlay put in somewhere. Because that's just egregious. That's just insane. I'm not saying that they did, but I'm just saying you give the fans reason to want to build that narrative and build that up. We already went through a whole thing last year of the league is scripted and the NFL is scripted and da-da-da-da-da-da. You want to get away from that? You calm down shit like last night that happened. I agree the referees are human. Human mistakes are going to happen. That is not a mistake. That is blatant no call. You knew that if they marched down and they fucking scored, that it would have taken the game into halftime had they then gotten a 2-point conversion. or in overtime, which would have, made you have to stay there and work a little bit longer. Let's just face it. You wanted to be lazy. That was lazy refereeing. You wanted to get the fuck out of the building. And that's the way that I feel about that call. I feel that it was very lazy and it was a blatant miss. There is no way that you can miss that. And for the league to not punish that refereeing staff it's a shame to me. It's a shame to me. It's giving Lakers Kings finals vibes, like Western Conference Finals vibes, where that referee got investigated, found out, hey, homie was indeed working with bookies. It's giving that. It's giving that. Rams line had Jarrett Verse, Braden Fike, Brian Young, Kobe Turner. It's nasty blood. I agree. They have a nasty defense, but I mean, bro got clotheslined to the face WWE style. There was a study a few years about baseball after the seventh inning. Umps are 50% more likely to call a ball a strike. Motherfuckers want to go home. I feel like that happens too much in the NFL. I feel like that is something that definitely does happen in the NFL. We need to have refs that aren't going to lazily call a game, and I feel like that's what it was last night. In regards,
let me hit on these two wide receivers real quick, and then we can move on from there. Puka Nacua, real quick, stud last night. We got to where when he was coming, he was going to play, but it was going to be limited. Let me explain to you. He was limited. Cooper Kupp averages 83 to 85% of snaps. He only played 57% of snaps last night. So that's pretty damn limited. Just a dog altogether. Can you imagine if he'd had fucking 80% of the snaps? How much better the night would have been for him? So let's calm down on Cooper Kupp and them saying he's limited, because that's limited. Period. The end. That's limited. As far as Puka Nacua anyway. As far as Cooper Kupp goes, if the Rams would have lost last night, would have put him at 2-5 or 2-5, I believe it would have been. So I could have seen them making that move then for next week. But here's the thing: is like Mike brought up, they are 3-4, right? They're right there in the division, right there with the Cards, both at 3-4. The Seattle Seahawks are at 4-3. The Seahawks play Sunday. They got the Buffalo Bills at home, so they're playing in Seattle. But if Seattle goes and loses that game, they're then 4-4. The Rams are right there, and guess who the Rams play next Sunday? Seattle. So let's do this. Don't trade him. Hold on to him. Go out there and beat Seattle, and now you're in the lead, depending on, of course, what the Cardinals do over the next 2 weeks. But you're still now in that division, and now you're in the hunt for the playoffs at 4-4. Remember this. Last year, the Rams were 3-6, and they made the playoffs. They made the push for the playoffs, and they did it. I could have seen them trading, but I would have, if they were going to trade Kupp, it would have been before last night, right? There was plenty of rumors, whether it's Tampa, whether it was there was a couple other teams involved as far as talking. If it would have been done, or if somebody was going to go get him, they would not have wanted him to play last night. Yeah, I don't see them being able to trade him now. So that's my 2 cents on Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is a Ram. He will stay a Ram at least for the rest of this year.
Yeah, I will agree with that, at least for the rest of this year. If I'm Sean McVay, I'm sitting back and I'm saying, hey, listen, guys, give me one more run at this with all of my guys. And I think that's exactly what the conversation possibly was late at night following the win. Despite how the win happened, a win is a win. And I'm not going to take anything away from the Rams, because I'm sorry, Minnesota, if you don't want to be in that position, then you need to beat a team by 15 in order to just win by 1. To quote the late great, or not the late great, but the current great Anthony Davis. With that being said, and with that being stated, Puka Nacua, dog. Everyone last night, he's going to be utilized as a decoy. He's going to be, utilized in limited snaps. Something had told me before the game that wasn't going to happen, but instead I still caved and removed him out of a fantasy lineup. And then further from there, traded him away for Devontae Adams, which I think that hopefully should turn out to be a good, solid trade for me. If not, then that's just meaning that Aaron Rodgers is going to continue to be a poop putt, performing like he's Michael Jordan for the fucking Washington Wizards. With that being said, with that being stated, Puka Nacua looking like a league winner last night, looking fully healthy, looking back and ready to go. absolute stud, absolute dog is all I have to say about Cup or about Puka. And then Cup, just keep doing your thing, bro. Enjoy what could be your last season as a Ram, because you deserve it, and that organization deserves it. Those fans deserve it, because you've been a big part of that organization, that community. I do want to move on to the next topic.
But real quick, I would have loved to have seen Cup in a Tampa uniform. I would have loved to have seen that.
I would have loved for him to come over to Washington, you know. But now I kind of feel like I have to root for him a little bit harder, just a little bit harder. I hate the Rams, but I feel like I got to root for Cup. Yeah, I got to root for Cup. And I've always been a McVay guy. If I was in the NFL, I damn sure would want to be playing for McVay. So I mean, there's some consolation prizes, if you will, even though we're fans of other teams. My type of late season run, the Rams could definitely do it, and they have the staff and they have the players on the field, personnel wise, to be able to do it. I do want to get into the next topic here.
You got to remember, Puka's been out since week 1. Cup's been out since week 2.
Yeah,
they've already hit their bye. So now you've got two guys coming in, and this is going to be a fully healthy offense. And I think Matthew Stafford's going to thrive in this, as he did last
absolutely.
night. That was a tough defense they played last night. Tough defense they played.
And by the way, I don't know who needs to hear this. Stop putting out fucking fake reports for clicks. Have some journalistic integrity. I understand that we sit back and we have beers and we drink rum on this show while we're, giving commentary. We're providing, we're providing analysis, but we don't go around posting that two teams that are about to face each other are going to exchange quarterbacks for no God-given reason. So just going to throw that out there. DeAndre Hopkins.
What was the rumor?
There was a rumor from someone that
I don't care who it was from. What was it about? I want to hear what it was about.
That Cup and Darnold were going to basically trade places. Trades.
Cup and Darnold?
And then the Rams were going to give Darnold a massive extension, and that was so far-fetched. There was no proof to it.
You mean Darnold and Stafford?
Matthew Stafford?
Or Stafford. Yeah, Stafford and whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't feel like going into it. That's why I didn't
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, go ahead. Moving on.
Yo, Kiki emoting. Uh-oh. Let's go Dodgers. Let's go 1-0. 1-0. All righty. Let's go, Kiki. Let's go. We turn our attention to our cover athlete of the night. DeAndre Hopkins finds himself a new home. All right, if you will. The feng shui, the decor is now decked out in red and yellow as he now becomes a Kansas City Chief. All right. With Patrick Mahomes, does the new quarterback change provide DeAndre Hopkins fantasy value? And if so, how are you approaching the situation with him, coming into the fold, having to get his first start this week? With the Chiefs already undefeated, does this also make that road towards a perfect season maybe just that much easier for them having a talent like Nuke? Gator.
Look, man, in the last 3 years, and when I say last 3 years, I'm talking about 2022 to present day, 4 wide receiver 1 games for Nuke. 7 wide receiver 2 games. His best finish this year is wide receiver 16 overall. Is he flex worthy? Sure. If you're in a bind, if you're in a pinch, right? I actually think this helps Mr. Taylor Swift more than anybody else. Actually, an actual wide receiver on the outside helps Travis Kelce a good bit. Look, Nuke's highest target total this year is 7, and I get it was with Tennessee. I get it was, but that's a solid passing. I mean, that's solid passing. That is a pass-heavy offense. Whoever the freaking quarterback is, they want to pass the ball. He only got 7 targets, and that was the max in 1 game this year. Ironically, in the same week 3 game where he was a wide receiver 16 was where he got those 7 targets. It adds up. 78 yards, He did receive his only touchdown in that game again, boosting him all the way up to wide receiver 16. Wide receiver 76 on the year. Patrick Mahomes also does not look like the Patrick Mahomes of old when it comes to the passing game. That whole passing game as a whole is a shell of itself. I'm not starting Nuke this week. I just can't do it. In fact, if I have to choose somebody from that wide receiver room in Kansas City, it's probably going to be McCole Hardman. Somebody that Patrick trusts, somebody that he does get the ball to. Look, we saw it last night with Robinson. He got 2 catches, 2 touchdowns last night. Could very possibly be the exact same thing for Hardman. Now, Nuke could also go off, but I'm not banking on it at all. I haven't seen it in like 2 years. From Nuke. So, like I said, if I had to start somebody, it's going to be Hardman. Do they go undefeated? Fuck no. It's the NFL. Nobody goes undefeated anymore in the NFL. It's been since the 70s it's happened. They're not going undefeated, and I don't think they're going to try to go undefeated. I think it's the worst thing to – look, we saw the Patriots do it in the regular season, and it was the worst thing they did. They lost it all. They lost it in the one game that fucking mattered, right? They don't need to do that. You don't have to – look, the Chiefs have proven over the last 2 years, you don't have to fucking – be number 1 seed in the division.
No one's going to care if you're undefeated during the regular season.
Nobody cares. Chiefs fans might care, right? And I exclude Mike for a second. Chiefs fans might care.
Mike.
If they were to do what the 72 Dolphins did, right? But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think Andy Reid cares. I don't think the Hunts care. I don't think Patrick Mahomes cares. I don't think nobody in that fucking locker room gives 2 shits if they go undefeated. As long as they win the one game that fucking matters, and that's in February.
I mean, and that I can agree with. No one gives a shit about an undefeated season. It's a consolation prize, moral victory that'll mean nothing if you don't win the dance, the big dance. Mike,
as they say, you don't get rings for undefeated.
No, yeah, you don't get rings for being undefeated.
I'm gonna go backwards here. I don't care either, Gator. Who cares if we are freaking undefeated? If you lose 1 game, you lose 2, you lose 3. I mean, look at there's the year that freaking the Giants won the Super Bowl, the helmet catch. I think they were like they had to win 6 games at the end of the year just to even get into the goddamn.
They didn't even win the division.
Yeah, they didn't win the division.
But they went to the Super Bowl. Yeah,
so it don't matter.
They were an 8 wild card team. Yeah.
Is it nice cake if it ever happened? Is it probably ever going to happen again? Possibly. But no, I truly don't think that Chiefs Kingdom cares. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some people that would love to. If it happened, great. But like you said, Gator, the biggest thing is I'd rather have the game than 18, 19 games and get it screwed up. Okay? People that are watching saw me shaking my head during Gator's take. It's not because I think Gator is talking nonsense. It's because I hate to agree with Gator on something. And it's not because I don't want to agree with you. Because if it was Taco, it would be because I don't want to agree with you.
Right.
It's because one of the things that you said, I hate having to agree with. Robbie has heard me talk crap about McCole Hardman for 3 years. But you're 100% right. I think he is the guy on the outside that or in the wide receiver room, because there hardly is any left. Sky Moore's not even there right now. That is going to benefit the most. Mr. Kelsey, get his name correct. Mr. Kelsey also
Mr.
benefits,
Swift?
like you said.
Mr. Swift.
Shut your. Okay.
Yo, Shorty is making more money than him. He is taking her last name.
And yeah.
Listen. Until he changes his last name or does something on the football field, it is the facts.
Okay, so
who do you
I
think?
agree
Does she
about.
think she's pegging him?
No, oh God, let's get back on track. Okay,
Taylor Swift has a pegging kink. You heard it here first.
so yes, I do think Hardman. I think Hardman is going to be the beneficiary of the wide receivers right now. I still do think. I thought this even before they got D-Hop. I do think that Noah Gray is going to be more of a piece of the offense with all the injuries, using the 2 tight end sets, even using, Kelsey as a decoy and being able to sneak out Noah Gray. Straight to the guy that's on the cover. Number 8. I don't know why he's number 8, but number 8, DeAndre. I do know why. I'm just surprised. It's because of Kobe. But number 8, DeAndre Hopkins. I love this move. Would I have loved to get Cooper Kupp? Abso-freaking-lutely. But one of the things that I've been saying for years, Robbie, to you, I've said it to Gator, I've said it to everyone that'll listen to me, and that's pretty much everyone but my wife. The Chiefs need a wide receiver that has size.
Her name. You should have taken her name, just like Travis.
Other fucking listen to them, Mike. Does anyone significant other listen to them?
Yeah. We needed a wide.
Daniel.
I loved Dwayne Bowe. We haven't had a guy the size Dwayne Bowe that can go up and get the ball in the end zone, fade balls, corner balls, back shoulder. Hopkins is going to be that guy. Gator, I don't even have to say the numbers because Gator said the numbers. 7 targets, right, Gator?
Yeah.
7 targets is the most. But guess what? I don't care if it's 5 targets and 1 is in the end zone to seal the deal in the fourth quarter or a big play at the end of the half to get a first down, to drive it in with Hunt or whatever. He is going to make the big plays, I think, when needed, and he is the perfect type. But for fantasy purposes, wide receiver 3, flex at best.
Okay.
But I'll take him as my 3.
I'm going to piss off the wide receiver community. I feel like I should take a shot before I say what the fuck I'm about to say.
Are you going to piss him off or people?
Mike, I just want to throw.
I'm probably going to piss off the position as a whole.
Wait, what Gator?
You have had the Dwayne Bowe style wide receiver. His name is Travis Kelce. For whatever reason, this year just not been used that way. And for short stints, Noah has been used that way. So for whatever reason that is. But that's also again why I brought up and I said I think the Hopkins trade helps Kelsey out quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's what until it happens on the field, nobody's right. We're all fucking wrong when it comes to Chiefs offense.
I mean, hell, look at what happened last week when we were talking quarterbacks, and then Russell Wilson, went out there and did what he did, and
balled out,
dog, straight up dog. Look, to the wide receiver community out there, I know that we greatly love and appreciate DeAndre, and we've studied DeAndre. We've taken a lot of great things from him to make the position a lot better. Homie's washed. You can't put up that bad of stats, even if the team that you're playing for is the Tennessee Titans. I understand they have not had quarterbacks since Hopkins has been there, but he has been ass. Ever since he left Kyler, he has been great. And even with Kyler, it was mid at best. Hopkins maybe can finish as a mid wide receiver too. But Mahomes is out there throwing fucking picks. I don't think that DeAndre Hopkins dictates the interceptions that Mahomes is throwing. I don't think that just because you have Nuke Hopkins, all of a sudden you stop being prone to interceptions. Mike, you can give me that evil fucking stare all you want. I don't care. I really don't. There's rust that clearly needs to be knocked off from DeAndre Hopkins. The only rust that doesn't need to be knocked off from DeAndre Hopkins is the ability to run fucking cardio.
2-run shot, John Carlos Stanton.
I know. I just fucking saw it.
But I had to cut you off because I think you're talking.
No, you're good.
He ain't washed yet, is he?
Mike thinks he's in the movie Smile. I'm dead. What about CEH? I'm dead. I don't think that Hopkins immediately bounces back. I don't think that Hopkins is that big of an impact as what Amari Cooper is going to be for the Buffalo Bills. think this is a fill-in. I feel like this is a fill-in. I didn't think that Juju was. I didn't think that Juju was going to be a league winner for you. I feel like he was going to be sufficient. I think that Hopkins now gets a little bit of flex play. I'm not starting Hopkins this week. The receivers that are in that dead zone, that oh shit, I can tell that you've fallen off. I'm not playing you. So with that being said, Hopkins, prove me wrong. Prove me that you're not washed. Mahomes, prove to me and other fantasy managers out there that you're still worth the damn start. Stop throwing picks. Go out there, dot it up this week. I disagree with you guys on the Mecole take, because even still, I'm not playing Mecole. The only person for the Kansas City Chiefs that I'm confident in starting right now in fantasy is Kareem Hunt, and that's it. As far as the undefeated season going, that loss is coming real fucking quick, sooner than later. And it's going to be to a team that they probably shouldn't lose to. That's how I feel.
Yeah, so let me...
Chiefs not making the Super Bowl. Also, Chiefs are not making the Super Bowl.
Well, okay, let me just defend myself. I did say if I had to choose somebody in that wide receiver room. By that, I'm not starting Mecole either. But that's beside the point. I do love what you said there, Robbie. The only one that I'm confident in is Kareem Hunt in that offense. And yes, I do believe that the Chiefs should have, and more than likely could have, lost a couple games already. Cincinnati comes to mind right away. But that's beside the point. Another ref call at the end that didn't get called. But I do have a quick question about D-Hop going to KC. We saw this last week with Garrett Wilson and Tez, right? On the sideline. Adams is sitting there talking to him and giving him, the instructions and talking about what defenders are doing to him and how to beat them. Garrett Wilson went out there and applied that. Is there a possibility that not only is this a trade to try and help the team win a couple games, give them a little bit of outlet, but also to help, can Hop help Xavier Worthy speed that rookie process up a little bit? Because right now, Worthy's only thing he can do is speed. He doesn't have the full route tree. He doesn't have the full playbook yet.
I think that he can come in and he can definitely be a locker room help. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny the wisdom at the position that he brings. Hell, if I got an opportunity to sit back, shut up, and color and learn from DeAndre Hopkins, yeah, I'm gonna just become a sponge at that point. Just call me Mr. SquarePants at that point, because I'm just soaking it all in. He meant to say Tay. I know it said Tay. Yeah, Raiders, not them. Raiders tend to give the Chiefs a run for their money. I'm just going to throw that.
Brock Bowers is still that dude. You got Jacoby Myers, who's coming back.
When it comes to that,
they're not studs by no means, but don't count the Raiders out. It's still an AFC West battle.
No, when it comes to that, when it comes to that, I still think it's going to be a one possession game. I don't care what people. They always put up a fight. It's a division opponent, like Gator said. If Raiders have a horrible year, if the Chiefs have a horrible year, the years that we were in the dumps, if we beat the Raiders, the year was good. So
what the fuck is happening to Louisville right now? Sorry.
Who are they playing?
Boston College.
Are they losing?
Yeah, 27-10.
What the?
Yeah, what the fuck is right?
Where's it at?
Hey, to your point, Mike, the spread on that game, or the line on that game, is 9.5.
Yeah. If I was betting, I would bet against my team.
I'm feeling like Raiders close in that 9.5 this weekend. I'm not touching the over under at 41.5, but I think the Raiders could find a way to keep that close. It's going to be a battle of defenses, and it was brought up earlier about the Chiefs defense. Let me go back to that comment. Chiefs defense has carried. They've been having lights out performances. I can't believe Mahomes is MVP, throwing 8 picks. I think it's like 6. Is it 8?
No.
Does he have
6 touchdowns, 8 picks? Yes.
6 touchdowns,
8 picks. Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking diabolical. That shit is nefarious.
My ass. He's not even in the
not an MVP. Not an MVP. Not at all. But at the end of the day, they're still finding ways to win games. It really is that defense that's doing the work for them.
The MVP of that team is not even on the field. The MVP of that team is Steve Spagnuolo.
Gator, you said you had a quick question on D-Hop?
Yeah, I did. I asked it.
Oh, you asked? Okay.
That was about the Worthy helping out Worthy. And I think there's actually a viable thing there that he could be on the sideline, or at least giving him some kind of in the locker room, like you said, giving him some updates on how players are going to play him because of his speed. I mean, you got to remember back when D-Hop was in Houston, and then of course when he was in Arizona, that dude was an absolute stud. He's played against every damn defense and defensive coordinator, any scheme that they can build up. I mean,
so here's the final thing I want to say. Do we think that, you know, with last week with the trades that took place with Devontae, we kind of had made jokes, you know, hey, Devontae and Roger are going to have throwing little secret plays they'll be talking about. And we kind of saw that a little bit. We'll see that probably even more develop. With Amari Cooper, we talked about him just being cerebral enough to just plug and play because of how much of a route running technician that he is. Probably one of the best route runners in the league. Just we're talking about without the ball in his hands, just very crisp. Do we think that Hopkins can be cerebral enough to go out there and make an impact on this game in a divisional matchup?
I'll quickly answer that. The answer is no, because when you compare him to Cooper, when it comes to that, Cooper had 5 targets, 4 receptions. But then you look at Coleman and Shakir, both had 7 targets each. Cooper just took away the defense. Everybody was on him, and he still caught 4 of the 5 and 1 touchdown. So is Hop going to do that? No, I don't think so. I think the biggest difference between the two of them is the age. There's 3 years in difference in age for the two of them. Yes, Hop's seen a lot more D but Cooper is still
no Diddy.
Very, very, very viable. Very viable in fantasy.
You walk right into that. You said Hopkins has seen a lot more D, and I just was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's played against more Ds too.
I just have no jokes. Mike, how do you feel? Do you think that Hopkins could be cerebral enough to kind of just, I mean, as a wide receiver, realistically, it's only 9 routes, but then there's also languages, stuff that goes with the play calling and so on and so forth. What are your thoughts?
Oh, hands down. I mean, you're not going to trade for a guy just to be a mentor, but he's going to help out the whole team. He's going to help out everything. And overall, I mean, to give up a 5th-round pick for a guy like Hopkins that could turn into a 4th-round pick, I would do that every day and 3 times on Sunday.
Okay. And then it blows up in your face.
My opinion differs. I think that one of 2 things can happen here. And if I'm Andy Reid, I might if I'm Andy Reid, I'm probably mixing in a mixture of the two philosophies. Because I do have Mahomes and Kelsey and so on and so forth, and some of those other guys that already have chemistry down pat, that's where I do kind of hone in on the play calling. But I think in order for the Chiefs to win this game, in order for them to even hit that spread that Vegas is putting out, you got to go backyard football. You got to say, hey, yo, we just brought in Nuke Hopkins. Hey, you know, we I hate to use my own team as a reference, but how many times have we seen this season where Terry has walked over to the huddle and be like, hey, yo, I'm going to run a post. Hey, yo, back shoulder fade. And he calls his own shot. And Washington just completely treats it like backyard football. There's no play design. There's no nothing. It's just becomes recess. I think if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, if I'm Andy Reid, I'm having about 3 to 4-ish scenarios where we just say, fuck it, make it recess. Y'all two go out there in the huddle. Y'all two figure out how we get him the ball.
Wait, because isn't that what Kansas City does now?
The fucking circle. Those plays are usually rehearsed in practice, according to them. But I say no. Like,
that's going to be Duck, Duck, Goose this week. Duck, Duck, Goose.
When I saw Carson Wentz out there as a fullback,
that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
When Carson Wentz is playing fullback, you have a problem.
Like, look, it's true. It's true. I want to get into another topic here. So it sounds like we don't want our followers to be starting Nuke. If you do it, you've been forewarned. And if you do it, if you start Nuke while also simultaneously watching this show, that's your fault. That's your fault. Now, if he goes out there and blows up, we'll take that one on the chin. We're ready for it.
Well, yeah. Look, we said the same thing about Devontae Adams, right? Don't start him, on a short week going into the Jets.
No, I said start him. I said start him. Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't great for you, was it, Robbie?
So,
I mean, look, you should not be starting. I get some wide receivers like Coop. You got to look back at the history of when they get traded, what they do the first game, especially in season trades, right? They just 99% of the time, the first game is not what everybody expects it to be. You're learning a new language. You the ball's coming out different. You're lining up different. Probably it's a completely different game when you get traded in season. Again, going back to Devontae Adams last week, I said don't start him. Don't start him. And what did he do? Nine targets, 3 catches. You're probably gonna see roughly the same kind of deal with Hopkins this week. Maybe eight targets, 4 or 5 catches, 28 to 33 yards, somewhere in that range. Maybe they get him in the end zone. Maybe they do. And if he does, then fine. Okay, you can come back and say, well, I started him. Show me the screen. Outside of that touchdown, you're not starting.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the next topic here. This one it's a little heartbreaking. It's a little heartbreaking because we don't know what's going to happen. This one's actually pretty fascinating because I've never seen this in the NFL with the way that it's being handled and with a lot of the element of surprise and the trickery that's happening out of the one side of the organization, one organization out of the two that we're going to talk about here. We were going to see a battle of the top 2 picks this weekend, but following a rib injury against Carolina, Washington may have to sit Jaden Daniels. He will be a game time decision. What do you think the team should do, and how should fantasy managers navigate? One thing that I do want to toss out here to give some, because some information that came out when I wasn't writing this, or when I was in the middle of writing this. Jaden Daniels did indeed practice today. We did see 2 quarterbacks. No one knows if it was Sam or Mariota as the other one. We did see practically all the quarterbacks dressed out as if they were Jaden. They all wore the fucking same number when they were leaving the dome. In Ashton, Virginia, we have a dome. We have a dome. We have an indoor practice facility. The quarterbacks practice. All the quarterbacks practice separately in the dome. All the quarterbacks walked into the dome with helmets on, walked out of the dome with helmets on. All the quarterbacks had full, covering, like any sleeves that could show tattoos or anything, had everything fucking covered. All of them had Jaden Daniels number on. Dan Quinn is clearly fucking playing mind games. He's clearly playing mind games. I've never seen this where an organization has gone this far to make sure that a team cannot prepare for who the fuck might be the starter. What are you guys' thoughts in regards to rib injury, it's a really weird rib injury to where it's practically something we've never even heard about. Like MRIs came back negative. He has no fucking damage. It's a really weird situation. Who went first last time?
Gator, but I want Gator to go first because he has something he wants to say first.
Okay, go ahead, Gator.
No, I just got a quick question. You said all three of them, and you said Jaden, Marcus, and Sam. I'm assuming you mean Jeff because Sam is no longer there. Sam is sitting out in Seattle.
I think you meant Sam Hartman.
Sam Hartman.
I thought they cut him.
Cut him, brought him back.
They did bring him back because they cut him off the practice squad.
Yep, cut him
last week.
Back.
Okay.
Yeah, cut him, brought him back.
Okay, so all right, you want me to go first? You said, Mike.
Go ahead.
All right, so I know fantasy managers are going to come at me. Fine, whatever. I personally think Washington's just shitting. Marcus Mariota played a damn good game in relief last week. I mean, it was very, very, very good game. 18 of 23, 205, 2 touchdowns. Also had 11 carries for another 34 yards for Mariota. Very viable offense, or a very viable quarterback. Now, the Bears D is fucking good. There is no reason to put Jaden Daniels in that atmosphere. None whatsoever. I get the experience. Fine, whatever. Washington is 5-2. This game has no bearing on what Washington's season is going to become, unless they play Jaden and Jaden gets hurt again, and now he's out for a couple of games. This game does not matter. I know. NFL pundits and even the NFL flexed this game. It moved it from a 1 o'clock to a 4 o'clock so that the world could watch number 1 versus number 2 in the draft. I don't care. As a fantasy manager, I don't care. I want my quarterback, my fantasy quarterback, to be healthy. And if that means he misses a game mid-season, that doesn't mean 2 shits, and he's able to play the rest of the year and not miss 5 games, then sit his ass. I'm fine. It is simply not worth the risk for me. It's not. They need to sit him. They need to sit him. But again, this game is at 4:25. So if you can wait till 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock to find out that he's not going to play and you have another quarterback there, be ready to plug in your other quarterback.
Okay.
That is all, Mike. Nail it.
Yo, this man said Papa Perky. Yo, this man just gonna turn on Future, Papa Perky, and head out there. I mean, fuck it. You're really quick. One thing I do. Apparently I can't remember the name of the exact medicine. It's used to treat specifically in rib injuries. It's not Total. The source that I had gotten. I'm gonna have to go back and research it. But there's like a certain medicine that's used to like help like heal rib injuries. Apparently, with the way that Jaden's injury is, they can't go in and put the shot in because the shot's not gonna. It's not going to get to where he's hurt. But then again, that could just be medical speak. I don't fucking know at this point. It's like I said, the situation is being handled really weird. Mike.
Hang on, Mike. Hang on. Because something just popped in my head. The injury reporting this year by the NFL and by teams is shit. Yes. And I think that move by Dan Quinn to have them all dress up the exact same is bullshit as well. It's not just for NFL, not just for fantasy, but listen, if the NFL is moving a team to Vegas, oh wait, they already did that. They already moved the team to Vegas, which means they want to be in the fucking sports betting market. That fucking matters, not just to us, the sports bettor, but it matters to Vegas. And it's truly an unfair advantage if Vegas has the inside knowledge because they got a guy inside that's giving them the information and we don't.
So the way that I found out that this happened, I found out from someone close within the organization.
Correct.
Now,
with somebody close in the organization, and each one of these 32 organizations is close enough with somebody in Vegas.
if you look at the regular like reports, like it's so clouded, bro, because like no one fucking knows. Like no one knows who the fuck walked out that dome today. For all we know, it could have been some goddamn grocery bagger pretending to be Jaden Daniels. We don't know.
Wait,
we don't know.
Is that why we were late? Did you just get back from your flight?
I'm dead. If I had the bag to do that, you know.
He does look like a grocery bagger.
It does look like a grocery bagger right now, doesn't it?
Drop your take, Mike.
I'll drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
So here,
hit the speed dance.
And Gator walks away when I'm about to give him a compliment.
I'm right here. I can hear you, baby. I can hear you.
Gator's correct again. They shouldn't. I don't think they're starting him. I think it's a goddamn decoy. I think it's best for him not to be started. It's best for the team not to get him injured because he is a mobile quarterback. That's the way he's got to be. One more hit could put him out even longer. You don't want that. You don't need that. Yes, Mariota is a very viable backup in the league and viable backup for this team. But you don't want Mariota to be starting 5 to 6 games at the end of the year because you let Jaden Daniels get popped in the ribs by whoever, just like, Gator's saying, you don't want to, whoever it is, pop whatever they're like. I can't remember who their linebackers are now. Edmonds. You don't want him or someone, TJ Edwards, to, come up,
Roquan.
Hit him, get hurt.
Oh, Roquan's not there no more.
No, Roquan. That's why I almost said Roquan, and I'm like, wait, I can't remember who it is.
We're old.
So I almost said freaking Brian Urlacher. No, I'm not that old. So, I mean, I am, but yes, this is going to be. And then I do honestly think that if they do play Mariota, which I think they should, because the Bears defense is good, I do think they're going to try to run the ball a little bit more, use Eckler in the passing game, short stuff a little bit more, open it up, and then they can take their shots and do whatever they need to do, go to Ertz, whatever. Yes, this sucks for TV. Yes, this sucks because they did flex the game and all that, but this is the best thing for Jaden Daniels, and I do understand him trying to keep it close to the vest, but just don't be shady when doing it.
Okay, I don't think that is shady. That I will say. I do believe that this is having the element of surprise. It sucks for fantasy football managers, 100%. 100%. I don't think that there's really a denying that. The way that I would play this, the way that I am playing this in a league where I have Jaden Daniels, I went ahead, I made room for Mariota on my bench. All right. Is Mariota necessarily probably like the greatest option? Maybe not. Maybe not. But he did really well last week. He has the confidence of the guys and the support in the locker room. And sometimes, having your brothers wanting to go to war for you is just as good. It's just as good. I don't know. The way that I prepare for it, if I have to slide Daniels out of the lineup, I'm just going to slide Mariota right in. I think that's the easiest. That's probably the best way to handle it. And yeah, I think that you guys will be in good hands. Will be in a lot better hands that way than not. Could Mariota still get you a fantasy football win this week? Yes. If you're not willing to wait until that afternoon start time because the game is flex, like we mentioned during Goal Line Goons earlier in the week, you had guys that, obviously the numbers have changed, but you had Tua at the beginning of the week, 40% rostered. Russell Wilson was 14% rostered. Bo Nix was 23% rostered. Jameis Winston, 3%. Drake made 25%. Mariota, 0%. You can, any of those names that I just dropped, I would like for you to pivot in that direction. Okay, if you're not willing to go the Mariota direction, if you're looking for an easy, quick, type of fix, then that's the way that I would handle things. Anybody disagree with that take? Anybody not into that take? Or
No, I can agree with most of that. The one name I would add to that would be Bo Nix, also starting at 4:00 as well. Keeping an eye on them. But here's the teams that have the 4:00 start. You got New Orleans and LA, so you got Herbert in that game. You've got Buffalo and Seattle. Geno Smith's in that game. Carolina and Denver. So Bo Nix probably going to be Bryce Young, it looks like. Then you got the KC Vegas game. You've got Chicago, Washington, of course, Dallas, San Francisco. So depending on where you sit, there's some options probably out there, even if it's Daniel Jones. Nobody wants Daniel Jones. I get it, but you'd rather have 5-6 points than have 0 because you're starting Jaden Daniels, right? And then of course that's the Monday night game, but you also have Russell Wilson in that game. So there's options there, but my advice would be figure out which of those options you are the most comfortable with if Jaden's out, and be ready at 2:00 to go back to your lineups and change him out.
Repeat that really quick. What other games were at that 2:00 time frame?
So your 2:00, my 4:00 would be New Orleans, LA Chargers, Buffalo, Seattle, Carolina, Denver, KC, Vegas, Chicago, Washington, of course. And then your Sunday night game, Dallas, San Francisco. The Monday night is the Giants, Pittsburgh. So there's some viable quarterbacks that are there that are probably either available or, on the market right now that aren't highly owned. So you can plug Jaden in right now and come to find out at 2:00, they're like, yeah, screw it. We're going to sit him, and it's going to be Marcus Mariota. There's, Marcus Mariota, of course. You've got, probably Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota, whatever quarterback for Vegas is there, probably Minshew. You still got Bo Nix, Bryce Young, Geno Smith, Justin Herbert, depending. So there's some viable options out there if he is out. What I would suggest is go look tonight. See what's there, possible waiver wire pickup for in the morning, and then you're just sitting pretty. Drop a D-Hop, drop a Hardman to go pick up one of these quarterbacks. It's going to be more viable.
I like that. I'm glad that you called out the game times. I greatly appreciate that. Anything else that we want to touch on with this game? Caleb, sure, you're probably going to do good. Go ahead and paint your nails and all that good shit. At the end of the day, Luvo is going to probably walk away with the sack and 4 fucking, a sack and like 6 tackles. Jeremy Chin said he wants to get a pick off you, bro. Don't fuck around with Washington. I'm letting it be known, even if it is a backup, coming into play. We're here to break backs and make sure that other teams have to take naps. Straight up. Washington Super Bowl. That's how I'm in that.
Well, that's why I brought up Marcus Mariota, 31 rushing yards last week. He is not a slouch.
No, he's not.
He can still move around. He can still move around. So it's a huge drop off from Jaden Daniels, but it's not you're still going to get rushing yards out of him, and you still have the good passing as long as he keeps his feet under him, as they say. You know what I mean, Robbie? As long as he keeps his feet under him, he's going to be fine. It's when he feels like either he's not getting the time or that clock in his head going off a second early, or he's trying to rush the ball or find a hole that is not there.
That's what she said. Bad fucking joke, really bad timing. Let's go ahead. Let's get into halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. That's Gator J. That's Drop the Mic FF. I'm Rumboyz Robbie. This is halftime. We'll be back on the other half. We have to discuss our best bets for the weekend. We have a lot more NFL action to talk about. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboys and girls want to do. Dilly dilly. We'll be right back after a couple of music videos and some words from our sponsors. This is my homie from Virginia, 2 Up, 2 Down, the homie Saj Wise with All I Need.
Hop out in Miami when I'm land, I got no understanding. How the hell I'm burning, or turn me up, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, don't want zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring away your knowledge.
Hey, bro,
Yeah.
when is this gonna kick in?
When's what gonna kick in?
All right, I tried to do the Chris Collinsworth slide in, and yeah, that didn't work as well. Yo, I gotta throw up this one comment though. Yo, free my dog Vic. Yo, this Vic. Yo, shout out to the homie Vic. Shout out to the homie Vic. I literally had to Snapchat that one, and I gotta send that shit to the Brody, bro. Like I gotta send that shit to the homie. That is too crazy. We gotta throw on the Let's Go Key Glock with that shit, because that's like Key Glock is one of his favorite artists. Yo, shout out to my little brother Vic, man. Shout ASAP Vic, little baby Vic. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So the chat got to meet my little brother during the Rum Zone streams. And bro, like literally Vic, like he walks into the studio with a case of beer and he's like 316. And I just go click. bro, fucking pop beers on stream. We were wild. That was like a wild Sunday stream. Yeah. Yo, cheers to him. Really quick, I also want to shout out my dogs. I want to shout out the first artist, the homie Saj Wise. Saj actually played running back. He was on the same team actually as me and AJ, which is Joey Sly's big brother. So shout out to Saj. He played running back while I was playing receiver and corner. AJ playing Mike linebacker. Dog, RIP AJ. Fuck cancer. And then the other group, equally opposite, the group that played after the GLD commercial, shout out to equally opposite. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Gordo. Them boys played football at the rival school that I went to. It just seems like a Virginia thing. It just seems like a Virginia thing. I guess after we get done, playing football, we just go into entertainment. We go into the entertainment industry. I'm out here doing podcasts and shit. It's a thing. It's a thing. Let's go ahead. Let's get back into it. Gator, I will get you that Booyah track. I'll get you that equally opposite Booyah on Instagram. 0.4 GPA. Bully won't catch you smearing shit on the bathroom. I graduated with a 3.3. Your boy was out there selling weed and game banging at the same time. I was nice with it in school. Crazy next Rumboyz After Dark. College basketball will be back. Yes, next week, college basketball will be back. That's going to be exciting.
Hey, thoughts real quick. I just wanted to, any USF fans out there, thoughts and prayers with you. Awesome coach that just went in for a routine medical procedure and died on the table. Yeah, 40 something years old. God, wow! Turn the USF program around in a matter of a very, very, very short time period.
It wasn't like 2 years.
Studs coming in. Yeah,
it wasn't like 2 years.
Yeah. So I saw that news the other day. I had to go and research what happened because I was like, was it a car accident? Because he's like 41 years old. And what it was is he jumped into a normal medical procedure that and just it did not go as planned.
Yeah. Fuck. God rest the dead.
Raheem, and I can't remember his last name, but yeah, Raheem.
It comes in threes. We also lost DJ Clark Kent, one of the most iconic hip hop DJs. It comes in threes. Losing icons. God rest the dead. Cheers.
Hell, the way this world's going, we don't know what's happening.
Yep, exactly. Let's go ahead. Let's get back into the show.
Burr. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, Burr. Damn. That's sad. It's like, but we like Vic here, though. Talking about Vic and Penguin. Oh, my gosh. Still got to watch that show.
Oh, speaking of, I've caught the first 2 episodes of that. I am hooked.
Bro, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check that joint out.
What show?
The Penguin on Max.
Oh, I still need to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
same.
I'm hoping
Same.
there's 2 episodes that I've had a chance to do. As soon as we get off here, I'll probably go watch at least episode 3 before crashing out tonight. But yes, thank you. I don't remember who it was. Was it Aiden or Leafs that recommended that? And I'm like, yeah, okay, fuck it, I'll do it.
I binged the Vince McMahon.
And I'm not even a
show
DC guy. Like
I
I'm
binged
Marvel.
the Vince
I don't.
McMahon show. Now I'm starting the hockey show on Amazon.
Yes, may Allah guide him to Jannah. Yes.
Yeah, I did the Vince McMahon one on a Saturday. Just watched the whole thing of what it was, 6, 7, 8 episodes, whatever it was. Yeah. It's pretty good.
I stayed up watching the Vince McMahon a couple of weeks ago after this exact podcast, and fuck, that was insane. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was.
They left a lot out that I think.
They left a lot out.
Free the Mendez bros. No, fuck that. They killed their parents. Let's go ahead.
Have you watched that
Let's
one?
get back into the hold on. Let's get back into the show. Let me round everybody up. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly, y'all.
Baker Mayfield. Not making fun of males. What the fuck?
What?
No one did that. No one did that.
Wait, what? What did I miss?
Because the Mendez brothers claimed that their parents had like assaulted them.
Yes.
But there's no proof of that whatsoever. Especially because the parents were never fucking home. So yeah,
they didn't. No, they didn't claim the parents. They claimed the dad.
The dad, yeah, the dad. They're saying the dad. Well, yeah. Anyway,
right, moving on.
Baker Mayfield has been a stud all season long for the Buccaneers, but he's lost 2 of his most valuable weapons. Okay, Mike Evans will probably be out till week 11, and then Chris fucking God damn it, Gator, and Chris Godwin.
I would have done the same thing.
Is Baker still startable even without these 2 studs? And also, thoughts on one of my favorite rookie receiver prospects, Jalen McMillan, baby. It sucks that injury had to happen. Fuck, I'm stoked. Sorry, Gator. I'm so sorry. It's a bittersweet moment for me because, like, playing wide receiver, for those that know me, I played football all the way up until age 28. I hung up my cleats. December 12th when my sister passed away. 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, no big fucking deal. Oh, and also 2 sacks, 1 sack, 4 forced fumble, return for a TD in that game as well. So I had 2 offensive TDs and a defensive touchdown in that game. Studied Mike Evans a lot. That night, even before that game, I had watched like a lot of Evans film to like make sure, like when I went on the field, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a dog. Like I'm gonna be a dog, you know. Jalen McMillan, though, I'm ready. I'm ready, and I think that he's learned enough from the 2 predecessors to where homie's ready to go out there and just be a freak of nature. But I want to get you guys' thoughts. I'm more stoked. And I have more faith in the Bucs than casuals. You're a Bucs fan, Gator, so I know it. I kind of know where you're probably about to go. But for the casuals out there, this team is still fucking dangerous. Gator, take us away.
I've tried to avoid talking about this because it kind of feels like my grandmother and grandfather passing away again. It's that kind of feeling for Bucs fans, especially with the start we had. Look, is Baker Mayfield startable? In Superflex, yes. Without having those 2 weapons in a 1-quarterback league, I don't think I can do it. As a Buck fan, I don't think I can do it. And here's why. Godwin, 62 targets this year. Mike Evans, 46 targets this year. That's almost half of what the rest of the team combined has got. And I'll break it down for you. After last week, K. Dotton got 10 targets last week. Now he has 41. McMillan's got 15 targets on the year. Sterling Shepard's got 12 targets on the year. Rachaad White, one of the best receiving running backs in the NFL, 25 targets. Back in week 5, Baker played this Atlanta D. It was a mixed bag. 19 of 24, 180 yards. Nothing crazy. He did have the 3 touchdowns, but 2 of those touchdowns were to Mike Evans. It wasn't to a K-Dot, and it wasn't to a Rachaad White like it was last week. It wasn't to Jalen McMillan. It wasn't to Sterling Shepard.
I didn't see the post about Trey Palmer.
As a Bucs fan, I'm hoping Jalen McMillan plays in the slot, takes that Chris Godwin role, gets in the eye of Baker Mayfield. If he plays outside, we all know Baker can sling it with the best of them. But he's also going to be playing one of the top corners, whether it's in Atlanta or any of the next couple of games that they're going to be playing. Remember, Godwin comes back after week 11. So then it'll be that's when I think McMillan's very, very viable, because then he will absolutely move into the inside. He may play on the outside tomorrow or Sunday. He may play on the outside in week 9. He may play on the outside in week 10 is the bye week. So, but he'll be when Evans comes back, that's going to push McMillan into the inside, and that's where I think McMillan's going to thrive and be in Baker's eye. I am not comfortably starting McMillan right now. 15 targets only. That's all he's gotten. And I get that the reason he's only gotten that is because Evans and because of Godwin being there. But he has not, the targets that he has gotten, he's dropped a couple of those. He dropped a couple in week 2. When he got two of the drops in week 2 were touchdowns. Absolute, no doubt touchdowns. One of them was in the end zone, one was at like the 6-yard line with nobody next to him. And he's just flat out dropped it. I'm a huge McMillan fan. I love McMillan. I think nobody would even know Jalen Polk's name if it wasn't for McMillan getting hurt in Washington. So
talk that talk. Talk that shit.
It is what it is. I love McMillan, and I was super happy because of the injury that he fell, and the Bucs were able to grab him. I think he's going to thrive in this offense. I just don't know that it's right now. I think he still needs some seasoning, and I think when Mike Evans comes back in a couple of weeks, that's when that'll happen. If I'm looking at the Bucs right now, especially receiving, there's 2 players that I'm looking at. That's Rachaad White and K-Dot. I think K-Dot's got a sneaky matchup this week and could be a very, very good, viable fantasy play. Trey Palmer tweeted twice in college. I don't know why, but I woke up pissed off more than ever. He's also done that in the NFL. Both times he did it in the NFL were bad games, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
I mean, as a Bucs fan, I've seen Trey Palmer tweet that.
Because of this, are you elevating Palmer above McMillan?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to.
Palmer is still coming off of concussion, I believe it was. But here's what's weird is his concussion took him out for 2.5 weeks. It wasn't like a normal 1-week concussion. He was out for 2.5 weeks. And to be quite honest, Trey Palmer's gotten 9 targets this year.
So really quick, if y'all remember,
I love Trey Palmer, by the way.
Like for me, it's a chemistry thing. I love Trey Palmer as well. It's a chemistry thing as to why I lean more McMillan. McMillan and Baker have seemed to like even during the offseason, they were becoming best buds. It was almost as if like Baker knew that he had to utilize, his age gap between, the Evans and the Godwins, but then also the McMillans and the Palmers to kind of develop a relationship. And he kind of leveraged that. And seeing McMillan and Baker in the offseason walking out of the locker room onto the practice field together, them laughing and joking when Baker went underneath the skies and with Amazon Prime and, he threw the deep shot to McMillan, I kind of saw some chemistry even in that one little skit, and that was a comedy skit that they did. Those
Actually,
things
McMillan didn't even know that was Baker Mayfield, to be quite honest.
Yeah, McMillan didn't know. McMillan didn't even know. Go back and watch it.
If y'all
It's a
haven't
great
seen that,
show.
that's on Amazon Prime as well. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good 30-minute fucking lunch break skit. If you got Amazon Prime, go check that out because it's fucking awesome.
It's
You'll get to
awesome.
see you'll get
Gus
to see
Swayze.
You'll get Gus Swayze. You'll get to see Baker Mayfield, aka Gus Swayze.
Yep. McMillan had a TD against Washington. I get that secondary was not great. That TD did happen on Emmanuel Forbes. You're not going to be lining up against fucking Forbes every single
That's the week.
Sunday.
That's the week he dropped 2 other TDs. All three of his targets could have been touchdowns.
Yep. With that being said and stated, there is something here. There is something that has been developing. These guys are actually more than teammates. I feel like they're friends at this point.
Stop it, Robbie. Malachi Corley is living at Aaron Rodgers' fucking house.
He's not living at Baker's house. No, I don't think Baker's letting anybody.
But that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting. You can be best friends and have a good relationship off the field. It doesn't translate to the field. Ask Malachi Corley. He is sucking on something at Aaron Rodgers' house, and it's not working.
Aaron Rodgers throwing Diddy parties. Mike, your take.
All right, so Gator, I know this brings up bad.
All right, bye, Mike.
But I actually have a question because when this first happened, I was pissed, obviously. But there was also a part of me that didn't even think he needed to be on the field when it occurred. Am I wrong for thinking that?
Thinking what?
Still muted.
Say that again. He said, Robbie, you attend Diddy parties. I'm dead.
I've seen that narrative, Mike, and to me, listen.
I don't necessarily think as much now, but when it happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, these dudes are football players. There is you got to remember, he's also in a contract year. Right? So he's trying to look, he's wide receiver 1 of the season through fantasy. I mean, he's one of the best out there. He's the targets, touchdowns, boom. I mean, it is what it is. Fluke accident or a fluke hip drop tackle.
Yeah, fluke play.
With a minute to go. Listen, if the Bucs score that touchdown right there, do the onside kick, they're in the ball game. They're still in the game at that point. And we can sit here and say the Ravens would have got the ball and driven that field, take the clock out. Sure, that's very possible too. But look, as a football player, you sign up when you sign that contract, and it doesn't matter what side of the ball you're on, if you're on special teams or if you're on the practice squad, you know the risk that you're taking as soon as you sign that contract. And what's the difference in doing the 1 minute left on the clock in a game that you're losing, or you do it in practice? What's the difference? It's the same. These guys are built one way, and that is to get on that field. You practice for 7 days, go out there and beat the team. That's all it is. Listen, don't blame it on the head coach for having him out there. Don't blame it on the player for saying, I want to be on the field. These guys are paid very, very well, and they play to get the next contract.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I have no qualms with him being out there. Yes, it absolutely fucking sucks. The first reaction for everybody, including myself, was look at the clock and go, holy fuck, we only had a minute left. If we could have just got out of this game with only losing Mike Evans for 3 weeks, we would still be okay.
When I woke up the next day, I just wanted to ask you because I thought the same thing that whole night. And then when I woke up, I'm like, I knew it was just reactionary. To get to the question at hand, yes, McMillan, I do like McMillan. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, he's not playing in his best position. Gator mentioned about he needs to play in the slot. The one that I love, I've always loved him when he was at, first he was an LSU wideout, and then he went to Nebraska. That's Trey Palmer. But we all know, and Gator brought up the stats, and I don't even remember him right off the top of my head. I looked at him before the show. We all know who's going to eat. And the one that I want, because the position is just such a cluster F in the first freaking place, Give me Cade goddamn Otton all day, freaking every day. He's the one that I think is going to be the main guy that's going to succeed in this offense, even more than McMillan.
I like that call.
You got the most inefficient running back in 2023, and the run game was Rachaad White, but he was the most efficient running back in the pass game. I think he's going to end. I think it's going to turn into a two-headed monster. He's going to get. I mean, it already kind of is, but he's going to get more of the passing work. I think he's going to get some action. I think Otton is going to be the main guy. Yes, McMillan's going to get his. And then there's the people that think Sterling Shepard is going to be all of a sudden the Sterling Shepard that we wish he was in New York. I don't know about that. So just give me Cade freaking Otton.
Okay.
Yeah, I will bring up this point for people that are sitting there with Mike Evans, with Cade Otton, with Baker Mayfield, for instance. Right now, the Bucs are at 4-3. It's very, very likely that they're going to lose this ball game come Sunday. That'll put them at 4-4. Then they get two rough matchups on paper. At KC, I believe it's at Kansas City, and then San Francisco comes to Tampa. San Francisco's a shell of what we thought it was going to be as well, right? That KC offense is questionable. But let's say we lose all three of them. The Bucs are still 4-6 at that point. They get the bye week, and then they face the Giants, Carolina, Vegas, the Chargers, Dallas, Carolina. That's Mike Evans is supposed to be back come week 7 or week 11, which is the bye week. So he should be there. We have Mike Evans move Jalen McMillan to the inside slot where Godwin's playing, and now you're back to hopefully very similar to what the Rams were last year, making that playoff run even at 4-6, and fantasy viable players.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say: Cade Otton now becomes the most reliable hands on field. Like Mike had already mentioned, I want you guys grabbing McMillan off the waivers. And I want you guys to be patient with McMillan and let it materialize. Once it materializes, you guys are going to see the results, and you guys are going to reap the rewards of what I'm talking about, what I'm preaching, what I'm saying. All right, the kid is a fucking beast. The kid is a stud, and he can actually go out there and he can perform. Give him a couple of snaps to get warmed up, and then the rest of that game after first quarter on, he's really gonna he is one of those receivers to where he has to get hot. He has to get hot. It's like a 3-point shooter. Hey, give me the ball, be on the arc so I could pull up and I can hit my jumpers. And once I'm hot, And I compare Pierre McMillan similar to a 3-point shooter. Once he gets hot, you're not going to be able to stop him. So I want to make sure I throw that out there. And all you guys are aware that you have weapons out there. This offense is still going to be fucking nasty. This team is still going to be nasty. This team is still going to win football games. And I'm trusting them. I'm trusting them. It's a heated matchup against Atlanta. I expect some bows to be thrown. Throw them bows. Holy shit! I just hit my mic. But I expect some bows to be thrown. I expect bows being thrown hard and then Zipporah versus Holloway. That's how serious that this matchup might end up. Someone's going to get fucking ejected. Someone's getting ejected. Straight up. Someone's getting ejected. This game's going to get nasty. It's going to get filthy. These two teams don't like each other. And you know what? I like that. We need that attitude for this fucking game. In order for McMillan to be successful, I need to see Mike Evans. I need to see that inner Mike Evans. I need to see that dog. Baker's going to come out with that dog no matter what. Don't y'all worry. Don't fret. I promise it's going to be sick. It's going to be a good matchup. Anything else y'all want to add on that topic real quick before we get into the next one?
We good.
Want to get into the next topic. 1 second. Give me just one moment. Let me go back to the show sheet.
Are you rewinding the Otani double? Is that what you're doing right now?
I was trying to check it, but I need to read the fucking topic. Each week it feels like a new Green Bay Packers wide receiver is going to pop off. Sometimes you gotta pop out his show. We never know who's going to pop out and show with this offense. It could be Reed, it could be Wicks, it could be Dobbs, it could be Watts. And you don't. It's very, very hard to diagnose. And Matt LaFleur likes it this way. He's already been on record stating he would much rather have a bunch of guys that can go out there and just perform and not complain. It makes his offense a lot harder to play against from an NFL standpoint, but from a fantasy football standpoint, who is it going to be this week? And who should fantasy managers or do you feel that fantasy managers, to alleviate headache, should maybe just avoid the offense altogether? Yeah, they got 5 good wide receivers on that team. It's insane. Mike.
So who do I think Green Bay's wide receiver room? This is nuts because it's more spread out than freaking. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I want to say. No, Diddy.
It's more spread out than Meek Mill laying on fucking Diddy's bed after a freak off.
All right, you said it, not me.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
I think it's going to end up being the usual suspect
and everything.
You're going to have the weeks where, Wicks and, Melton does something and Wicks does something, but I think it's going to be the usual suspects. I'm not as big of a Christian Watson fan as some people. I still think it's going to be Jaden Reed and Dubs and Christian Watson, but to me, it's still Reed at 1, and I'm going to say Dubs at 2. I don't have a lot to say about this topic besides that Jordan Love is a freaking master.
Jordan Love is going to win me $3,000 in a big-ass trophy that's going to look like a midget just hanging from my fucking necklace.
And I think Gator disagrees with me.
That was a ludicrous reference for those that didn't get it. Feels like a midget is hanging from my necklace. Look out.
I love Jordan. I love Jordan Love. The problem I'm having with Jordan Love is he likes to turn the ball over. Every freaking game, he has at least one pick.
Look at the jersey he wears. That's been happening for 30 years.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's I don't think there's ever been a quarterback wearing a Green Bay Packers uniform that for what is it going to be? It's going to be 8 straight games now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight. So it'll be 6 straight games because he's going to figure out how to turn the ball over to Jacksonville. So that's my issue with Jordan Love, but he always figures out a way to win the game, and ultimately that's what matters for them. And I love Jordan Love. I love Jordan Love. That is what it is. But to answer the question, Robbie, the answer is always Romeo Doubs. It's always Romeo Doubs. Look, Romeo Doubs came into the building a couple weeks ago and it's like, you know what? Fuck this. This is bullshit. I need a bye week. So he takes week 5 as an extra bye week for himself. When he comes back to the building after the suspension, they called it. I'm calling it a bye week. They call it a suspension, but whatever. He's posted back-to-back weeks. Wide receiver 11, wide receiver 13. Outside of week 1, where Jaden Reed was wide receiver 1 overall, and week 4, where he was wide receiver 2 overall, Jaden Reed has not posted a wide receiver 24 or better game. Stop with the Jaden Reed. You're going to get – those are your spike weeks.
But I can't
He averages wide receiver 49. Mike, are you starting wide receiver 49 in your lineup? No matter what their name is, are you starting wide receiver 49 in your fucking lineups? No, you're not. I'll answer for you. You're not. You're
in
not.
Some of my lineups, I have to.
Well, you're not doing it. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's how you lose fantasy championships, and that's not what we're here to do. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
It's always Dobbs. It's always Dobbs.
Well, I'm glad that you say that because I have Dobbs in my big money league. It's just unfortunate for him that he has to worry about trying to get a starting spot against Diggs, McLaurin. Who else do I have on that roster? Fuck, but he has to go up against some dogs. he has to go up against some dogs. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to play Dobbs yet. And like even if I were to play Dobbs or Justin Jefferson is the other receiver I have on that roster, he hasn't been able to get into the starting lineup just because like so many dogs on that one lineup. But I'm hoarding him because I don't want anyone else to have him.
You're not dropping.
And I feel like that's really the secret sauce with Green Bay's receivers. My strategy, my approach with Green Bay is fuck you. If I can't have them, no one else can. I don't because I
wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be doing that with anybody other than Dobbs and Reed. Christian Watson, yeah, he's gonna have a spike week, but he's never gonna get into the top 4, top 5. Dontavian Wicks never gonna get into the top 4, top 5. He's gonna be a flex at best. Bo Melton, whatever, fine. So I'm not wasting a roster space on anybody other than those top 2 wide receivers being a Romeo Dobbs and a Jaden Reed. In fact, if you have Jaden Reed, you need to sell Jaden Reed. How about this? Sell Jaden Reed. And don't worry about any of the stats other than those 2 weeks where he was wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 on the week. Press those as your selling points. None of the other stuff matters. All that other noise, get rid of it. Sell Jaden Reed on those 2 weeks.
I'm with it. Are y'all ready for best bets, or should I continue cooking up my best bets for the weekend? I'm ready to talk best bets.
Well, let me go.
I got some best bets for you.
I'm okay as long as I'm not first.
I just have to get my college pick in. I have one NFL, I have one NBA, I have my UFC pick in. Yeah, I just need to get my college football pick in.
It's called prep work, Robbie. I'll start off then. I'm going to the home. I'm going to the house. Atlanta at Tampa. Atlanta is favored by 2.5. I'm taking Atlanta by 2.5. That's simple for me. I will also, in that same game, take Drake London over 100 receiving yards and a touchdown. You combine all 3 of those as a same game parlay, and it's a plus 650.
Okay. I'm gonna do mine next. I have a little something for everyone here. Okay. Wow. Fuck you. Wow. Bama again.
Do you not want my college pick yet, or you want me to wait on that?
No, you gotta do your college pick. I didn't know that you weren't done. Do your college pick, that gives me time to crack open a beer and pour up a shot.
Oh yeah. Oh no worries. Yeah. And I meant to ask you about this, Robbie. Texas, Georgia last week. Where were you at? I nailed that one.
I was at the cigar lounge with
no. I'm not talking about like where you're at, not like physically where you were at. I'm talking about like where you at with that bet, because we nailed that. I DX'd you on that one.
Hey.
Like, yes.
I said, I was only placing that bet. Like I said last week, I was only placing that bet
to talk shit.
Yeah, to talk shit to the Tennessee.
And it bit you in the ass.
No, because I ended up hedging. When I got to Cigar Lounge. When I got to Cigar Lounge, I threw a bigger payout on whatchamacallit, on Tennessee. But I'm not, because I wasn't gonna sit there in front of the friend's face and just be like, yo, fuck you.
Right. Well, so this week, taking the Georgia Dogs, which I fucking hated betting on them last week, but it was a W. I felt it. It was good to go. I'm going right back to the SEC. LSU at Texas A&M. Big game. I believe it's a 7:00 game. Over under. Remember a few years ago, this is where the overtime rule for college came into play because of this game back at Aggie Stadium there. LSU at Texas A&M, over under a 54.5. These offenses are potent, buddy. Potent. And I'm taking the over on 54.5. This could be 54 in the first half. This could be a fucking 30-25 game in the first half. We could hammer the over in the first half, and that's where I'm going. 54.5. Yes, give me the over. Oh,
yeah.
last but not least, I got one more for you, Robbie. It's MLB, Yankees in 6.
Fuck you. Politely, in the most respectful way, fuck you.
I'm not going to your party.
I'm not going to your party. Yo, I love how at least like luckily this is a daytime fight, so Robbie can watch before he goes to the Diddy party. Listen, I am not rich enough to go to Diddy parties. I am not elitist enough to go to Diddy parties. With that being said,
no. I hear Diddy parties are free for volunteers.
Holy fuck, that was a good joke. God damn, that was good. Oh my
bad. It just slipped.
That was sick.
No, that's what happened. Slip. That's what happens when you put too much baby oil on.
Whoa. All of a sudden, y'all motherfuckers want to start doing stand-up. Like, you do like going against a comedian is not good. You're lucky I don't have jokes ready for you guys right now. You run your own Diddy party, and you're goddamn.
Now you know.
I'm gonna read my parlay. So no, this parlay does not include the next Dodgers game. When those lines do come out, yes, Dodgers money line is a part of this parlay, which means I am waiting to submit this. But with how it is right now, all right. By the way, Dodgers Yankees 2-2 in game 1. My parlay for the weekend, we're gonna call this the weekend sweat. My weekend sweat. Capitals over the Lightning money line. We're dogs. I like picking dogs. Georgia Tech to cover +10 against Virginia Tech. I think we win, but I think Georgia Tech can cover. Okay. Boston Celtics by 13.5. Detroit Pistons, you will be lucky to wash the Celtics jock straps after that game. Like, you will be lucky to fucking hold the equipment. UFC, I'm going under 4.5 total rounds. I cannot pick a winner yet. If I had to pick a winner right now, it is going to be Topuria. But I am going to take the under at 4.5. I don't think that these two fighters go 5 fucking rounds. It's insane. And the value at under 4.5 is just too fucking juicy to not take the under. My NFL bet, I'm pulling the same trick as Gator, and we're going Homer, baby. Washington, money line. I don't give a fuck if Mariota is going out there to play. He already showed y'all. Sometimes you got to pop out and show this. Listen, it's going to fucking happen, all right? It's going to happen. Only one has knockout power in regards to the UFC fight. There's your answer. Leafs, I'm not reading that. Not reading either of those. That's insane. You can condense your take like a grown adult. That's insane. And why did Twitch even let you type a novel in the chat anyways? Other than that,
You don't have a character limit?
right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Other than that, add Dodgers to that. You got a nice little 6-leg. All of them hit.
2-2 game, by the way. 2-2 game, by the way.
Yeah, 2-2 right now.
Top of the ninth. This is
yeah.
This is the money. This is the money round right here.
Bro doesn't want my essay casual. I'm not your fucking professor. I don't think that Leafs has gotten a UFC novel right yet or boxing. Bro, that was the longest chat he's ever typed in like 5 years. Swear, bro. Like
He started it yesterday.
that was insane. Mike, your picks.
All right. So for NFL, I am taking.
Oh, you're doing your NFL first. Okay.
You know what?
I did NFL last because it closed out the weekend.
All right. So for college football, there's a team that used to be in the Pac-12. Now he's in the Big 12. That is reeling as of late. They lost their starting quarterback, and I think they're going to get upset on the road. And that is Utah. Give me Houston at plus 185 on the money line. For UFC, give me Max Holloway.
What? All right.
I don't – it's risky. Don't get me wrong. But we're here to gamble.
Yeah,
and I'm taking Cincinnati minus 2.5. They're going to win by 3 against the Philadelphia Schmeagles. And there you go.
Okay. So read that again. You got Holloway.
Max Holloway. Houston at plus 185 in college football. And then Bengals at minus 2.5 because they're going to beat the Schmeagles by 3.
So wait, none of us picked the Navy game. That's wild.
I was looking for the Notre Dame Navy game.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, DraftKings does not have it on the board.
No. I have the Navy game. I don't have the Army game is what it is. I don't have Army.
No. Their DraftKings did not, at least when I was looking earlier, DraftKings did not have Navy Notre Dame on the board.
I have Navy Notre Dame.
Because I was looking for that spread.
It's at 13.5. I think that Notre Dame waxes that shit. On the spread, or are you talking about the over-under?
Notre Dame is given 13.5.
Yeah, Notre Dame 13.5 favorites.
Give me Navy covering.
I like the call. Actually, yeah. Let me get Navy to cover as well. And then obviously we're all taking USC tonight.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Other than that, fellas, anything else that you guys want to plug, that you want to shout out?
Yeah, I was looking at different point spreads. Quite interesting that there's actually some big spreads out there. For instance, Nebraska, Ohio State, 25.5. But crazy number, 25.5 is the spread. The over-under is only 48. Kind of wild numbers right there. Kind of fucking wild. Again, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, 18.5 is the spread. 49 is the over-under. Not too hard to get. I would rather touch the over-under than touching the spread there. Simple to cover the spread.
This is gonna be an intense week of gambling. We feel a certain way. The chat feels a certain way. Oh, this is about to be a crazy week of gambling. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get out of here.
Where are you finding the Notre Dame? Where are you finding the Notre Dame Navy game? I'm still not finding it.
Mine's at the top of my college football slate on DraftKings. But you got to remember, I'm in a different state. I'm in a different state, so I might get the.
I'm looking at the book.
I'm looking at the book too.
Yeah, and it
may not be available for you yet.
What time is that game?
10 or
10 a.m.
Yeah, 12 for you, noon for you, noon.
So it's a 12 game. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it should be the first two listed. It should be right above Nebraska, Ohio State.
Nope, I got Washington, Indiana right there.
That's crazy. Yeah, I got Washington, Indiana, Notre Dame, Navy, Nebraska, Ohio State are my first three. Navy.
Yeah, so my first three: Washington, Indiana, Nebraska, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Georgia Tech, West Virginia, Charlotte, Memphis, Tulane, North Texas. These are just 12 o'clock games. North Carolina, Virginia, Buffalo, Ohio, and then you get into the 12:45, 1 o'clock games. It is not on DraftKings.
It's not on mine either.
That's crazy. Well, I got it, so I'll bet it for you guys, and I'll bet it for you guys. And
Give me Navy covering.
I got you. I already plugged it in for myself, so we're good. Anything that we want to plug before we sign off? Yo, the holiday season is here. Shop GLD. Like hit up Shop GLD. Get yourself a GLD, get your girl a GLD, get your cousin a GLD, get your brother, your sister, your mama, your father, get everybody a GLD. Get Gator GLD, get Mike a GLD. Everybody should be rocking chains, bro. Like for real. The product is really, really good. I got 14 carats around my necklace in LA diamonds, baby. LA, rocking my chain, Like I'm just saying, 14K, all gold. You can even switch up to the silver if you want. If you're more of a silver over gold, you can.
That's what I want. That's what I want. If you're buying for me, silver for me.
Silver. You seem like a silver guy. But no, like you can even customize. The degree and the clarity of like how you want your diamonds and shit. Like go to Shop GLD. The prices are amazing. The deals are amazing. And by the way, that was 500 words. You're insane for typing 500 words in a stream. Mike, anything that you want to plug?
Tomorrow morning, my article comes out, and if you want to know what quarterbacks you should start or sit, check it out on Downstairs.
Real quick, Monday morning, Monday anxiety, where we rehash the problems that happened on Sunday, get ready for Monday Night Football. And then starting this week, come Thursday night, I will be hosting the Dynasty show over there on Club Fantasy FFL. So my new boys, Joel and I will be hanging out with Shane Manila come Thursday night.
Hell yeah. Make sure you check out the boys. You can check out all the boys' YouTube channels that they feature on in our homie section on the homepage of our YouTube. You can easily just scroll down to our homies and you can click on your favorite YouTube channel of where any of us are featured. And then boom, you're plugged in right there, right away. Would I trade Purdy and Tank Dell for Jordan Love and Jameson Williams? Yes, I really would do that. I really would do that, Sebastian. I really would. Super fair.
That would depend. I'm assuming this is redraft, right?
Redraft is redraft. Always assume it's redraft off the brick.
Would you trade Purdy and Tank Dell? I'm assuming you'd be getting Jordan Love and Jameson Williams.
You'd be getting Jordan Love and JMO. It's an automatic win. There's no way. Like there's no way you say no to that.
Yeah, but here's my trepidation on it is Purdy will be getting CMC in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Not worried about that.
I am, because there is a good possibility that that's going to be a very viable.
Yes, CMC is going to turn up, but I'm not. I like
Jameson Williams is a ghost.
It's equitable either fucking way.
No, keep Purdy and Tank Dell. Do not make that trade.
Make the trade, Sebastian. Make the trade. Make the trade and thank me later when you win your money and your big ass trophy, or a ring, or a belt, or whatever your league has, or if it's just bragging rights.
You're basically trading Purdy and Tank Dell for Jordan Love.
No, you're not. No,
you are.
That's all right. All right, we're off air.
Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the fucking numbers.
Bro,
you don't want to look at the numbers?
Bro, come on. Here's the thing with JMO. JMO is viable, even with Amon on the field. Okay,
he's viable.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back off the fucking Peds things. Stop it. Stop. Give me Jordan Love and JMO.
What is his? What did he score? What is he scored this year?
Sebastian, did you come over from TikTok? If you came over from TikTok, have I not? been taking care of all my guys on TikTok.
I'm not saying you haven't, Robbie. I'm saying you're wrong on this call because J-Mo ain't done a fuck thing all year.
Whatever. Leafs, no, you are
not.
bugging. Leafs is bugging because I won't read his fucking essay. J-Mo is Will Fuller. What happened when he's off the Peds? I'm dead. I'm dead. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls. What a do, dilly dilly. That has been our 2 hours of this podcast, so we do got to get off the air. If you need more, hit us up. Hit us up in the DMs. All of our ets are right there. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. We got you covered. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls. Dilly dilly. What it do. Just look up Rumboyz.
Jameson's highest output was 25 points, and it was in week 1 getting 9 targets. He ain't done a fuck thing since. Just saying.
Thank you, Gator. Thank you, Gator. I already gave the answer. It is what it is. Let's get it. Take your shot.